रुकना नहीं चाहिए, लाइन बाय लाइन सब। I would like to request all the dignitaries to take their respective seats on stage. Please, sir.
Now we welcome our today's honorable guest, Dr. Surendra Lalwani sir, Professor and Principal, Vidyavati College of Pharmacy, Jhansi. Dr. Satish Sahu sir, Professor and Head Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, Chowsai College of Pharmacy, Bilaspur. Dr. Adityanath Pandey sir, Professor and Principal, Pushpendra College of Pharmacy, Ambikapur. Dr. S.J. Wadhir sir, Professor and Director, School of Pharmacy, SRTM University, Nanded, Maharashtra. Dr. M.S. Sudhir sir, Associate Professor, Amrit School of Pharmacy, Amrit Vishwavidyapeetham Health Science Campus, Kochi, Kerala. And our respected Director sir, Shri Sanjay Agarwal sir, Dr. Manish Jain sir, and our Principal, Dr. Yogesh Panikar sir, Dr. Siddharth Jain sir, Principal Education Department, and faculty members, and of course our all lovable students from different and our organizations.
Now, I would like to request Mr. Kishore Sahu sir to felicitate our honorable guest, Dr. Surendra Lalwani sir, with bouquet. Please, sir. Now, I would like to request Dr. Siddharth Jain sir to felicitate our honorable guest, Dr. Satish Sahu sir. Please, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request Mrs. Sandhya Chindrakar ma'am to felicitate our honorable guest, Dr. Adityanath Pandey sir with bouquet. Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would like to request Dr. Lakhan Bohane sir to felicitate our honorable guest, Dr. S.J. Wadhwe sir with bouquet. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request our HOD sir, Dr. Nilesh Banase sir, to felicitate our respected guest, Dr. M.S. Sudhir sir. Okay, sir. Now, I would like to request Dr. Dr. Dilesh Banase sir to felicitate our director, Dr. Manish Jain sir. Please, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request our principal sir, Dr. Yogesh Panikar, to felicitate our respected director, Sri Sanjay Agrawal sir. Please, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request our HOD, Dr. Nilesh Banase sir, to felicitate our principal sir, Dr. Yogesh Panikar. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to request Ms. Rapsanjali Baghel ma'am to felicitate Mrs. Faudet ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Now I would like to invite our principal, Dr. Yogesh Panikar sir, for welcome speech. Please, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. सबसे पहले हमारे बीच उपस्थित आज के हमारे चीफ गेस्ट, हमारे अपोलो ग्रुप ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशन, अपोलो कॉलेज ऑफ फार्मेसी के पिलर्स, जिन्होंने कड़ी संघर्षों का मेहनत करके आज हम लोग सर लोगों के आशीर्वाद से अपोलो कॉलेज ऑफ फार्मेसी में कार्यरत हैं। सबसे पहले मैं स्वागत करता हूँ श्री संजय अग्रवाल सर का और डॉक्टर मनीष जैन सर का। उसके बाद हमारे बीच उपस्थित डॉक्टर एस वाडेल सर, प्रोफेसर एंड डायरेक्टर स्वामी रामानंद तीर्थ मराठवाड़ा यूनिवर्सिटी नांदेड़, उनका स्वागत करता हूँ। उसके बाद डॉक्टर सुरेंद्र लालवानी सर, प्रोफेसर एंड प्रिंसिपल विद्यावती कॉलेज ऑफ फार्मेसी झांसी उत्तर प्रदेश, सर ने अपना बहुमूल्य समय निकाला है। मैं सर का स्वागत करता हूँ, अभिनंदन करता हूँ। तत्पश्चात डॉक्टर सतीश साहू सर, प्रोफेसर एंड हेड डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ फार्मास्यूटिकल केमिस्ट्री, टॉक्से कॉलेज ऑफ फार्मेसी बिलासपुर, और मेरे अभिन्न मित्र, हम लोगों ने साथ में बीकॉम किया है, डॉक्टर आदित्यनाथ पांडे सर, प्रिंसिपल एंड प्रोफेसर पुष्पेंद्र कॉलेज ऑफ फार्मेसी अंबिकापुर। आप सभी सादर का मैं स्वागत करता हूँ, वंदन करता हूँ, अभिनंदन करता हूँ। एंड thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us today. We are very pleased to be able to welcome those of you that you have been with us for a long time, as well as those who are not new to Apollo College of Pharmacy, Durg, Chhattisgarh. It gives me an immense pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to all of you present here on behalf of Apollo College of Pharmacy. I would also like to express our gratitude to our esteemed speakers, judges, delegates, and all participants. Uh, Today, I am grateful to announce this conference, this national 2 days national conference on plant tissue culture, a way for non-stop supply of secondary metabolites of therapeutic importance, is sponsored by Department of Biotechnology, New Delhi, and PG Cost, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Once again, I heartily welcome you all. आप सभी का स्वागत है, वंदन है, अभिनंदन है, धन्यवाद, जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite our director, Dr. Manish Jain, sir, for their few valuable words. Please, sir.
नमस्कार। जैसे कि सर ने बताया कि 2 दिवसीय नेशनल सेमिनार आयोजित किया गया है। अपोलो कॉलेज में पहली बार ऐसा हो रहा है कि फार्मेसी में, वैसे हर डिपार्टमेंट तो होता है, नर्सिंग फार्मेसी में पहली बार 2 दिवसीय, जिसको स्पॉन्सरशिप डीबीटी और सीजी कास्ट ने किया है। डेफिनेटली आप लोगों को बहुत कुछ सीखने मिलेगा, और जो टीचर्स हैं, जो बच्चे हैं, इसके सर्टिफिकेट भी बहुत यूजफुल रहेंगे आपको। जब आप जैसे मान लो एकेडमिक्स में जाते हैं तो सर्टिफिकेट्स के मार्क्स रहेंगे। आने वाले समय में आप, अभी तक ये था कि फार्मेसी को नैक की जरूरत नहीं होती थी, अब फार्मेसी को भी नैक की जरूरत है। तो ऐसी एक्टिविटी हमेशा करते रहना पड़ेगा, और आप लोग को ऐसे एक्टिविटी में पार्टिसिपेट करने का मौका मिल रहा है। मैं योगेश सर की पूरी टीम को मैं बहुत बहुत कांग्रेचुलेट करता हूँ, जिन्होंने प्रोग्राम ऑर्गेनाइज किया। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to request all the dignitaries, please take the respective seat there. Thank you so much, sir. of his Government of India and received many awards like Best Research Award by Institute of Scholar INSC on December 2020 and Best Research Award on Engineering Science and Medicine by VJ Good Technology Factory and many more. Sir is the member of various professional associations like Member Board of Studies, Savitribai Phule Pune University, Member Board of Studies, Pharmaceutical Sciences, SRTM University, Nanded, Faculty of Medicine, RTM Nagpur University, and many more. Presently, Sir is working as a professor and director at School of Pharmacy, SRTM University, Nanded, Maharashtra. So, I am very pleased to invite the Sir on dais for sharing his precious knowledge about vitamin P, a metabolite of therapeutic importance. Please, Sir.
Okay. Good afternoon to one and all sitting off the dais. First, I would like to thank Apollo College of Pharmacy and his group for inviting me as a resource person for these 2 days national conference on plant tissue culture, which is sponsored by BBT and Chhattisgarh Research Council. And I hope that more than 500 participants have registered for this national conference. So it is a very good, you can say, number in terms of the national conference VC. So being a part of this plant tissue culture, today I have selected the vitamin P, which is very well known. We all know that we have heard about the different type of the vitamins which are under the water soluble category as well as the non-water soluble category. So today I have touched this particular topic which is known as the vitamin P. So everyone having the question in their mind, what is vitamin P and how these are therapeutically useful for human being. So with this, so if we see this vitamin P, it is available in large number in nature. It is having a very important therapeutic activities. But surprisingly, very few researchers know about this vitamin P. Because everyone knows only vitamin A, vitamin C. But this vitamin P is also coming under the, you can say, family of vitamin C. It having the activity similar to vitamin C. So that's why it was early discovered in 1930 era. Okay. So here, if we see the therapeutic importance of this particular vitamin P, what we find that it is the vitamin P which is available deeply in colored form in the different fruits, vegetables, tea, coca, and the wines. So surprisingly, you will find that the plant which having the color in it, this color is because of this vitamin P only. Okay? Means whatever the vegetable we are eating, whatever the fruits we are eating, whatever the bars we are taking as a medicine, all having this particular vitamin P. And that's why this vitamin P is playing very, very important therapeutic role in our day-to-day activity also. And everyone is taking this vitamin P in their, you can say, day-to-day food, day-to-day supplement also. But we less aware about this vitamin P. So that's why I have chosen this particular thing. So however, this actually name vitamin P is given, but it is not actually vitamin. But initially, when this came into existence, when vitamin C was invented, and along with this vitamin C, the scientist that is known as very famous scientist that is known as Albert who got the Nobel Prize in early 1938 on this particular work, that is for the discovery of vitamin C and for vitamin P. So that's why this vitamin P is the term that was once used for a group of plant compound which is also known as a flavonoid. So another name of this vitamin P is flavonoid. So when I talk about the flavonoid, most of the people now knows that yes, we have heard these flavonoids, it having different rules, different type of the activity the flavonoids having. So that's why there are several types of the flavonoids found in the fruits, vegetable, tea, coca and wines, and they give certain foods for the colors, provide protection from the UV light rays and the infection. Means surprisingly, if you see, like in our body, we are having the different type of the enzymes. We are having the different type of the good bacteria. We are having the different type of the protection system in our living thing. So similarly, in the plant also, to protect against the infection, to protect against the ultraviolet light, the nature has given this vitamin P as a very important component, because this vitamin P are protecting the plant, vegetable from the different type of the infections and from the ultraviolet light. And we all know that the ultraviolet light are producing very severe effect on the plant as well as on the human being also. So because of the protection against the ultraviolet light as well as the different type of the infection, this particular you can say therapeutic component, it is also known as a metabolites, secondary metabolites, which are generated by the plant. And surprisingly you find that only because of the its activity against the infections, activity for the protection against the ultraviolet light, it having a very good therapeutic effect which we can use for our healthy life. Okay, so in next slide, in coming slide, I would like to give the brief idea about the therapeutic benefits which we are getting and the different type of the vitamin P's which are available in the different forms. There are different types, and how in day-to-day activity we are consuming these things in our diet. So this is the thing. Then second one, as I mentioned, the very famous scientist that is known as Albert, who is a Hungarian biochemist, discovered this vitamin C and rutin, who give the name vitamin P. In initial stage, the Albert scientist has given the initial name of the this routine as a vitamin P. And for this, the role of this vitamin in the body and their application to dermatology is vast. Means initially they found that this vitamin C and vitamin P having the very good effect and it gives the protection for the dermatological property. Because of its dermatological property, these vitamin C and the vitamin P are very initially useful. But later on, they found that apart from this dermatological effect, this vitamin P and vitamin C having several other type of the uses also. Okay, and that's why it comes under the therapeutic usefulness of this vitamin C as well as the vitamin P. So that's why for the discovery of this vitamin C and the description of its oxidation, Albert received a Nobel Prize in 1927 in medicine. As I mentioned earlier, this particular scientist is having the very noble work. Because of his consistent effort, these two vitamins we are using, and we all know that vitamin C is playing very important role. It gives the protection, it also improve our immunity, it also improve the digestive system, it also having the effect on the heart, and it also having the effect on the memory and so many things. Similarly, vitamin P also having their effect on the heart. It gives the protection for the liver, it gives the protection for the teeth also. So earlier they found that this vitamin P is useful for protecting the teeth bleeding. Okay, means when it was discovered in 1937, they found that, see here, if you see the deficiency of this vitamin P, the most noted symptom which include the brushing more easily. Means our teeth get brushed, and because of this the tendency of bleeding is occur. So this is the actual symptom of vitamin P deficiency, and we are nowadays we are observing this particular symptom more common in the people, right? They are having the bleeding in the teeth, in the gums. Okay, so why it is happening? It is happening because of the deficiency of the vitamin P, and that's why this vitamin P we have to include in our day-to-day diet also. And this, why it is happening? It is greater likelihood to hemorrhage. That is, the hemorrhage is occur, and because of the hemorrhage, when the blood escape from the ruptured blood vessels, the bleeding is happen. But if we take the vitamin P in our day-to-day activity, in day-to-day diet, then we can get the protection against this type of thing. And this is very severe, you can say, things which we are observing nowadays. And another important thing, inflammation is also more likely if you have the bioflavonoid deficiency, such as the inflammation related to arteries also. Okay? And even arthritis, it is very, you can say, inflammation. Nowadays we know that the arthritis or the spondylitis, in the spondylitis also, we are observing the inflammation is occurred between the joint, between the nerves. Okay? So why it is happening? Because of the deficiency of the vitamin P. So that's why this vitamin P is a natural product found in the different, you can say, organism with the data available, and some molecular protocols that give more to the plant as a secondary metabolites in respect of diverse biotic and abiotic activity. So here we have to understand what is the biotic activity and abiotic activity. So biotic activity or the biotic things means which is happened in the living organism. Like the plant is a living organism, microorganism is also living organism, and human being is also the living organism. So this biotic activity is happening and abiotic activity is also happening. Abiotic means which is happened in the non-living thing, like the saline water. Okay, like in the ocean, the saline water is playing very important role. So it is the abiotic activity, and because of the usefulness of the biotic activity and abiotic activity, these vitamin P are playing very important secondary metabolites. And surprisingly, you will observe that because of their broad spectrum of established health promising efforts or the effects, these biotic and abiotic effect of the vitamin P are playing very important role. So that's why it having because of this they are having antioxidant activity and anti-inflammatory activity, anti-mutagenic activity, anti-carcinogenic property also observed in couples of this capacity of you can say molecule which are present as a key molecule in the plant or the tissues. Okay, means it having very good activity for the cancer also. We all know that why the cancer is developed. We all know that why heart disease occurs. We have learned this particular part in our 12th, even in our reform syllabus it is mentioned that the heart disease is occur, or the you can say diabetes is occur because of the oxidative stress which are happen in our biological system. So in most of the cases, this vitamin P are suppressing the oxidative stress, and they are reducing the oxidative burden in our biological system. And that's why here this vitamin P, neurosciasis, gastritis, and the enemies of the vitamin P, if we see, So these are the symptoms where the vitamin P deficiency are playing very important role. So that's why we have to understand what exactly the role played by this vitamin. But some you can say enemy also for this vitamin P that we have to understand, like the smoking. Okay, the people who are having prone of smoking are reducing the vitamin P in our biological system. Okay, means if you are taking a very healthy diet, every day we are taking the fruit, every day we are taking the green vegetable, every day we are taking the things which are you can say having the full of vitamin P or the flavonoids. But if we use the smoking, that's why it is mentioned that the cigarette smoking, heat treatment, light, oxygen, because more oxygen is also very, very dangerous to our biological system. So if we go for more smoking, then because of this, whatever the vitamin P or the flavonoids which we are using, they are totally incomplete for protecting our biological system against the different type of the changes which are happening in our body. So we all know that these changes are taking place very slowly. Like if the heart problem occur, so this heart problem never occurs suddenly. It takes a long time, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Okay, means the accumulation of the you can say effect of this smoking, accumulation of the effect of the heat like the UV light and other thing, and because of this what happened, whatever the diet we are taking, they are not providing the sufficient metabolites which is very important for protection against the heart. Even it also gives the formation of the diabetes. Means the diabetes generation, especially the type 2 diabetes generation, is occur because of the deficiency of the vitamin B. So that's why, dear friend, here we have to understand the role of the vitamin B, which is very, very important, and also we have to understand how this deficiency of this vitamin B happens in our body. And that's why, because of its ability to relax the muscles in the cardiovascular system, there is a possibility that vitamin P may play a role in lowering the blood pressure also. So in BP also we know that why the blood pressure occurs, because of the contraction or on the stress on the cardiovascular system, muscle system. But it having the ability to relax the muscles, okay, and especially in the cardiovascular system, and that's why there is possibility that it lowering the blood pressure. And some other area being researcher are vitamin ability to interfere with growing tumor and how it impacts other type of the bleeding, such as the nasobleed, hemorrhage, and the bleeding in the retina. Means even the bleeding in the retina is also occur, okay, because of this vitamin P. And most important thing, it having the interference in growing tumor. So the formation of the tumor is also not takes place suddenly. It takes it is very slow process, and because of this slow process, initially it is not possible for us to detect the tumor. Okay, but if we take this, if we include all these vitamins, especially the vitamin P in our diet, which is nothing but the metabolite, which give the protection against the, as I mentioned, it give the protection to the plant against the infections, against the UV light and other type of the, you can say, even it give the protection against the different type of the insects. Okay, so if the plant is full of this vitamin P, so the protection against the insect is also takes place. Then next is, that is the causes and the risk factor of the vitamin P deficiency. As I mentioned earlier, the smoker, as smoking break down the bioflavonoid and the vitamin C quickly. So this is the reason why the smoking is very injurious to our biological system. So it is given warning on the you can say cigarette packet that it is injurious to health. So why it is injurious to health? Because it breaks down the vitamin P as well as the vitamin C. So in daily diet we are taking the vitamin C. In daily diet we are taking the vitamin P. But if we take or if we go for smoking daily, so in that case there is more chances that the breakdown of the bioflavonoid and the breakdown of vitamin C takes place quickly. And elderly required generally a little higher intake of it, which is not met can be due to the deficiency. Means elder people require more amount of this vitamin P. Okay, and even the pregnant and the breastfeeding woman can deficient as a nutrient generally passed on to the child also. So that part also we have to understand that during the pregnancy, okay, and during the breastfeeding, this vitamin C as well as the vitamin P are playing very important role. So if the deficiency there, it passes to our children also. That is after birth, also the children having the deficiency of the vitamin P. So during the pregnancy, during the breastfeeding, you can say doctor suggests to go for the different type of the supplements. So we have seen doctor are prescribing the different vitamin supplements to the pregnant woman. So why? Because to avoid such type of the deficiency, otherwise it may pass this to the newly born children also. Then fighting allergies and asthma required the huge bioflavonoids. Like in case of the asthma also, this vitamin P are playing very important role. Now asthma is very common. Okay, every 1% out of 10 having asthma nowadays. So why it is happening? Because of the pollution. Like our Lalwani sir is there, who is from the Greater Noida. He knows that there is a huge pollution in the New Delhi. Okay, and because of this, many people are suffering from the lung disease or related with the breathing problem. Okay, so why it is happening? Because of the pollution which is there around us. Okay, and this leads to the asthma. Means if we continuously exposed to such type of the environment, so asthma occur, and it is very severe, you can say, condition for any person. Okay, but if we take this vitamin P continuously in the diet, then it give our body fighting against the asthma as well as also against the allergies. Because asthma is also occur because of the allergy. So that's why doctor prescribed during the asthma one of the important medicine, that is levocetirizine and the monoleucast. Right? So why they are prescribing the levocetirizine? Because we know that levocetirizine having a very good anti-allergic activity. But without taking the medicine also, if we use the healthy fruits and the vegetables, we can give the protection to our body against such type of the things. So we can avoid the formation of the allergy. Nowadays this allergy is very common in the you can say children of the age 5 to 10. Why it is happening? Because they are having less diet they are taking, which is full of the different type of the supplements, different type of the vitamins. Because they are very prone of junk food, right? What type of the junk food they are eating, and even we are eating, we know. Like we are eating the pizza, we are eating the burger, right? We are eating the chips. So all these are, initially they are very, very tasty, but later on it gives very severe effect on our biological system. Means if we continue eat the pizza, like once in a month, it is okay. But if we allow our body to eat after every alternate 2-3 days, after every alternate 2-3 days, if we go for the burger, pizza, chips, and other thing, and in that case, the chances of allergic reaction, chances of the asthma is very, very prone. So, dear friend, that's why here we have to understand the concept of this, how this is happening, how these are caused in our system, and how we can avoid with the help of this vitamin P. So that's why this vitamin P are playing not only role in heart disease, cancer, but it also having the giving the, you can say, protection against the asthma as well as the allergies. So this is very important part which the researcher or the scientists have identified from this vitamin P. Okay, and diabetes can be deficient of this vitamin P. Means suppose if the diabetic person is there, it is a P. But if we take again vitamin P, then we can cure slowly, but it can cure the diabetes. Okay, and even the aspirin, both control pill and the antibiotic either block or break down the bioflavonoids leading to the deficiency. Means some drugs are also responsible for the deficiency of the vitamin B. So I have already mentioned the symptoms of this vitamin B. So I will skip here. The diagnosis, which is very important for this, vitamin B deficiency should be suspected if characteristic signs develop in a patient. Like I have mentioned, the asthma, allergy, then diabetes, heart problem. So all these are more likely because of the deficiency of the vitamin B. So why I am touching, because this is very important area. Everyone knows why this vitamin P is very important for our biological system. Why we should include this vitamin P in our day-to-day diet as well as day-to-day eating. So it is possible for us, because in next slide I would like to give the different things, different naturally occurring things. If we include in our system, then we can get more amount and sufficient amount of the vitamin P, which is important for fighting against the different type of the allergy condition, fighting against the asthma, fighting against the diabetes, fighting against the tumor, fighting against the heart diseases. Okay, so why it is important? As I mentioned, it is giving the protection against the different type of the disease and the disorder. Okay, so that's why even doctor nowadays, if you visit to the doctor is saying that you restrict your diet. Okay, in morning you take the diet full, second half, that is in the afternoon, you take just small diet which contains the leafy vegetable, green vegetable, fruits and other thing, and in evening doctor are mentioning that you just take the tomato, okay, or the salad which includes the tomato, onion and other things, green vegetables only. If we go for this type of the things, then you will surprise that our biological system automatically repair our body. And God has given this power to our biological system. Like suppose if any, you can say wound occur, we all know that without taking medicine also, if we are not, you can say diabetic, then after 4 or 5 days we will find that automatically the wound healing occur. Why it is happening? Because our system is like that, it having the power to heal that particular thing or to repair that particular thing automatically. So, but because of our, you can say dietary, you can say whatever the things which we are taking, we are disturbing our biological system, we are disturbing our stomach, we are disturbing the different biochemical activities which are happening in our body, and because of the disturbance, the different type of the complications occur in our system. We can cure diabetes, we can cure very easily. Just we have to follow a very regular diet without having any junk food, without having any spicy material in it. Suppose if we are adding the spicy material, means just we can add the red chili, or which we are calling as a red pepper. So this red pepper is very useful because it having this vitamin P in it. Okay? Are you getting my point or not? So that part you can include in your diet. But if you are taking very spicy material and oily material, if it are accumulate, then definitely it will disturb our biological system, it will disturb our metabolism, it will then leads to the different type of the complications which will leads to the final death of complete death of our system occurs. So to avoid this thing, it is that's why vitamin topic so that everyone gets out because you all are very young. Okay, initially you will not find any type of the things, but surprisingly I have observed that at the age of 24, at the age of 30, 35, now the cardiac arrest is occurring. I have seen so many examples, my friend, my colleagues, even our pharmacy fraternity teachers are collapsed at the age of 45, age of 50. Why it is happening? Because of their lifestyle they have chosen, because of the diet which they are not following, because of the stress which they are taking, and all this leads to the different of the complications. So I have observed that at the age of 24 only, the people are having the heart attack. At the age of 30, having the heart attack. At the age of 35, because just 10 years before we have not heard that the heart attack is coming at the age of 50 and at the age of 55. Means everyone is thinking about that will live up to 60, 65 in a normal condition. Means whatever the complication will occur, it will occur after the age of 65, means after our retirement only. We are thinking that after retirement, my body will face. Just I will now enjoy. Okay? But the thing is totally changed nowadays. We cannot say that only 60 age, at the age of this 60, all the complications will start. They start at any age. Just I have heard in the newspaper also, very, you can say, 14 years student have the cardiac arrest, having the heart attack. So why this happen? Because of some complications which were accumulated in our biological system, and because of this heart attack and diabetes. Even we are seeing that the children having the diabetes, type 1 type of the diabetes, even type 2 type of the diabetes also seen in most of the young people. So why it is happening? Because the smoking is one of the important cause. Another important cause is whatever the diet we are taking. Okay, so we have to take very healthy diet. And in this vitamin P, one of the important phrase which is given is the French paradox. One French paradox is very famous in this vitamin P. So we have to understand what is the French paradox. So in the French paradox, it is mentioned that the French people are having the prone of eating the meat. We all know that the meat are very dangerous for our system. Suppose if we daily take the beef meat or any type of the meat, what happens after a few years, the cholesterol level will increase, and so many other different types of complications, even the diabetes will occur. Okay, but surprisingly, when the study was carried out in the French people, the French citizen having the involvement of the diet along with the red wine. Every day they are drinking the red wine. And you will observe that the red wine is full of this vitamin P. Okay? So if the meat and red wine are mix it together, then in that case it is observed that the chances of you can say heart attack, the chances of the complication related with the heart is reduced automatically. That's why it is known as the French paradox. Because this paradox is related with only the French people because they are including this type of the combination in their diet. So that's why, dear friend, this vitamin P are playing very important role. So this flavonoid is also, because this vitamin P is nowadays it is known as a flavonoid. Okay. So this is also known as a bioflavonoids because they are the metabolites, secondary metabolites of the plant. So that's why it is the bioflavonoid are the family of the polyphenol plant compound with the 6 classes. And there are currently 6,000 known flavonoids in our system. So if anyone want to carry out their research work, so this is a very good area where you can go for research finding the different type of the flavonoids. Only 6,000 flavonoids till date they have found. Okay, but apart from these 6,000, so many other flavonoids also there in the nature which you can identify by doing the research on this particular topic. So this is a very good area where you can carry it out. So it was first extracted from an orange by the scientists in 1930, and they were thought to be a new type of the vitamin. So why the name vitamin was given? Because it was extracted from the orange. Because we know that orange contains the full of vitamin C. But apart from vitamin C, they have extracted the vitamin P. So that's why means the new compound. Apart from vitamin C, they have got the new compound. So that's why initially they have mentioned this as a vitamin. But therefore the name vitamin P later on it become clear that this is a substance was a flavonoid, that is routine, until now, as I mentioned, 4,000 variety of the flavonoids has been identified. So this flavonoid exists in the plant to help prevent the infections, protect against the sun and the environmental stress, and attract the insect for the pollination. And they also responsible for the color of many deep color fruits and the vegetables such as the berries, cherries, and the tomato. As I mentioned, the tomato means whatever the colored fruits we are eating, okay, whatever the color vegetable we are eating, they are full of this vitamin P. That's why the secondary metabolites of the phenolic nature include the flavonoid are responsible for the variety of the pharmacological activity. So that's why this is the secondary metabolites. And our topic is the same. That is the secondary metabolites for the therapeutic importance. Okay? So that's why here we have to understand what exactly the role played by this vitamin P as a secondary metabolites. Okay? So in next slide, I would like to give the different major classes of the flavonoids, like the flavonoid. So this is the first class, flavonoid. So the most abundant source of the flavonoid in the diet, flavonoid includes the camiferol, quercetin, myrcene, and the quercetin. These compounds are found in the olive oil, berries, onion,